Number 1, you surrender long before you ever lose. You give away your focus to every notification, your time to people who don't respect it, your self-respect to anyone whose approval you're chasing. That's the politics of easy surrender. No battlefield, no speech, just quiet, constant compromise. The world is ruled by those who understand this. Machiavelli didn't write for the weak. He wrote for the ones willing to see how power really works, not in loud moments, but in subtle concessions. Every, "it's fine, I'll let it slide." Every, "I don't want drama, I'll stay quiet." Every, "I'll do it tomorrow." That's surrender. Cheap, easy, painless in the moment, and devastating over time. Look at your life. How many things control you because you allowed them to? How many people talk to you the way they do because you never drew a line? Power hates a vacuum. When you step back, something else steps forward. Another person, a habit, a distraction, a fear. You don't need to become a monster. You need to stop being a volunteer victim. Tonight, I'm not here to comfort you. I'm here to strip away the excuses. To speak to the part of you that's tired of folding. You've surrendered enough. It's time you understand the game that's being played with your mind, your emotions, and your choices, and why becoming untouchable starts with never giving anything important away for free again. Number 2, listen closely. No one has to steal from you when you're trained to hand things over. That's how modern power works. They don't chain you, they seduce you. They sell you comfort as progress, distraction as entertainment, numbness as self-care. Machiavelli would laugh at how easy it is now. Princes used to need armies. Today, all they need is your attention and your fear of standing alone. Easy surrender isn't dramatic. You don't fall on your knees, you scroll, you procrastinate. You stay in the relationship that's killing your self-respect because you're afraid of being alone. You obey the unspoken rules. Don't rock the boat, don't speak too strongly, don't want too much. You call it being nice, they call it manageable. Understand this, the system, whether it's your job, your social circle, or your government, prefers you tame, tired, and agreeable. The less you demand, the easier you are to control. That's the dark psychology under the surface, conditioning you to pick the easy option every time, to surrender the sharp edges that make you dangerous. You become soft, predictable, harmless. Ask yourself, who benefits from you staying like this? Who gets richer, calmer, more powerful when you choose comfort over confrontation, silence over standards, distraction over discipline? It's never you. Easy surrender feels like relief now. Later, it feels like regret, and you're running out of laters. Part 3. If Machiavelli sat across from you now, he wouldn't ask how you feel. He'd ask, where have you given power away, and to whom? He'd dissect your alliances, your fears, your loyalties, because power is not about muscles or loud voices. Power is about leverage, control, predictability. Whoever can predict you can control you. Whoever can trigger you can use you. Think about that. When people know exactly what to say to make you jealous, insecure, or desperate, you're not a person to them. You're a tool, a switch they can flip. So here's the first rule of cold power. Become hard to move. Not emotionally dead, just not easily shaken. That's where masculine stoicism enters. Not the fake, performative, I don't care about anything, but the disciplined choice, I will not react until I understand. You pause, you observe, you listen to what's said and what's not said. You look past the words into the motive. Why is this person telling me this now? Who gains from my reaction? Machiavellian vision is simple. Assume everything is part of a move. To be untouchable, you don't hide from the game. You see it more clearly than everyone else. While others drown in emotion and drama, you stand still, reading the currents. Calm is your armor. Clarity is your weapon. And the moment you stop giving automatic reactions, their favorite form of control disappears. Number 4, let's talk about your emotions. The remote control everyone keeps pressing. Anger, jealousy, shame, desire. These are not weaknesses by themselves. They become weaknesses when they're untrained, when they own you instead of serving you. Dark psychology studies how to pull those strings. Advertisers, manipulators, narcissists, fake leaders, they all exploit the same patterns. They promise significance to the insecure, belonging to the lonely, validation to the ashamed. What do? You overcompensate, you overshare, you overchase, you surrender. Real power doesn't mean you stop feeling, it means you stop leaking. You stop pouring your soul out to people who haven't earned a single page. You stop explaining yourself to those committed to misunderstanding you. You stop needing instant reassurance every time something doesn't go your way. Stoicism says, feel it, but don't bow to it. Machiavellianism adds, and never show your full hand. You can be burning inside and still move with precision outside. That's what makes you unreadable. That's what makes you dangerous to those who profit from your chaos. Ask yourself, right now, which emotion gets you used the most? Is it your loneliness? Your need to be admired? Your fear of abandonment? Identify it, name it, then commit to this. No more automatic surrender when it shows up. When that emotion hits, you don't act. You observe. You sit in it. You let it expose who's trying to weaponize it against you. That's where your transformation begins. Number 5, power starts with the word no. Not the soft, apologetic no, the calm, unapologetic one. The no that doesn't come with a paragraph of justification. Every boundary you avoid setting becomes an invitation to disrespect. People don't just test you once, they test you repeatedly, quietly, strategically. They watch how much you tolerate, how often you fold, how quickly you cave when they push. That's your price. When your time is always available, it's cheap. When your energy is always accessible, it's taken for granted. When your standards are flexible, your value is negotiable. Understand this. You teach people how to treat you not through speeches, but through what you accept. Machiavellian power is not just on thrones and in parliaments, it's in your daily interactions. The coworker who dumps their workload on you, the friend who only comes around when they need something, the partner who chips away at your confidence with subtle jabs. You think being patient will change them. It doesn't. It trains them. Masculine stoicism says, I don't need your approval more than I need my self-respect. So you begin to withdraw from anything that demands easy surrender. You stop over-explaining. You don't argue with disrespect. You distance from it. You don't fight to be chosen. You choose yourself and move. Cold power is silent. It's the sudden shift from being endlessly available to strategically scarce. You become a presence that's not guaranteed. And that makes your yes heavy and your no sacred. Number 6, to become untouchable, you must start seeing people as they are, not as you wish they were. That's where dark psychology becomes your shield instead of your prison. You study patterns, love bombing followed by distance, compliments followed by subtle cuts, promises with no consistent follow-through, the ones who play the victim every time you confront them, the ones who guilt-trip you when you say no. This isn't just how people are. These are tactics, some conscious, some unconscious. Machiavelli would tell you, never trust what people present, trust what they repeat. Consistency exposes intent. Words are cheap. Repeated behavior is the real manifesto. So you stop forgiving repeated disrespect disguised as mistakes. You stop believing tears that always show up right when you're ready to walk away. You stop accepting chaos as passion. You become clinical, observant, detached, not cruel, just honest. You don't need to expose them publicly. You don't need revenge. You just quietly adjust their access. You downgrade their role in your life without an announcement. That's a power move. When you combine emotional control with pattern recognition, manipulation loses most of its power. Because the moment you can predict a move, it stops being impressive, it becomes boring. And once it's boring, it's easy to walk away from. Number 7, mystery is not an aesthetic, it's a strategy. The more predictable you are, the easier you are to manage. The more you explain yourself, the easier you are to map. Untouchable people do something different. They create informational scarcity. They show enough to be understood, never enough to be fully owned. You don't need to tell everyone your next move, your feelings about every topic. your every insecurity as radical honesty. That's not healing. That's handing over weapons. Machiavellian thinking says, control information flow. Stoic masculinity says, stand firm in who you are, with or without being understood. Together they sound like this. You don't have to get me. You don't have to agree with me, but you also don't get a say in how I move. So you speak less and observe more. You give shorter answers. You let silence do the heavy lifting. You don't post every detail online for validation. You don't announce your grind. You let results appear without a trailer. This doesn't make you cold. It makes you controlled. Strategic vulnerability still has a place, but it's reserved for the few who prove worthy, not the many who are just curious. Remember, curiosity isn't loyalty. Interest isn't commitment. Attention isn't respect. Stop surrendering sacred parts of yourself to people who've done nothing but show up and ask. Number 8, pain was supposed to break you. That's what they counted on. Betrayal, rejection, failure. Those moments were designed by people, by systems, by life itself, to make you softer, more compliant, easier to steer. But there's another option. You alchemize it. You turn pain into policy, into rules you live by. You don't become bitter, you become precise. The friend who betrayed you teaches you who never gets a second chance with sensitive information. The partner who played games teaches you to stop ignoring early red flags. The job that drained you teaches you never to sell your time that cheaply again. This is Machiavellian resilience. You don't just feel, you learn. You don't just survive, you upgrade your operating system. Cold power isn't empty, it's focused. You stop chasing emotional highs. You build routines. You get your body stronger, your finances tighter, your mind sharper. You treat yourself like a fortress under construction, brick by brick, habit by habit. You stop asking, why did this happen to me? You start asking, what weak spot did this pain expose in me? And how do I reinforce it so no one can breach it again? That's how you become someone who's been through hell, but walks like they built a throne there. Not broken, not fragile, just done with easy surrender. Number 9, untouchable is not a fantasy. It's a series of choices. You detach your sense of worth from other people's reactions. You make long-term moves in a short-term world. You invest in skills instead of impressions. You choose a few core principles and hold to them like armor. You don't need to dominate others. You just refuse to be dominated by people, by habits, by impulses. Machiavelli's core insight was simple. Power respects power. Not noise, not drama, power. So you stop begging for it. You build it. You create options. You save money so you can walk away from any situation that violates your standards. You develop skills so you're never trapped by one gatekeeper. You cultivate relationships with people who speak directly, think clearly, and don't fold under pressure. Your presence becomes different. You're less reactive, more deliberate. Less online, more in motion. Less eager, more composed. People feel it. Some will test it. Some will fear it. Some will respect it. Their response doesn't matter. What matters is this. You are no longer negotiating your self-respect for crumbs of acceptance. You are no longer discounting yourself to be palatable. You have stepped out of the politics of easy surrender and into the quiet, undeniable gravity of someone who owns themselves fully. Number 10. So here's the final truth. No one is coming to grant you this power. There is no ceremony, no title, no external permission slip. You become untouchable the moment you decide that nothing, no desire, no fear, no person is worth losing yourself over. That decision will cost you. You'll outgrow people. You'll walk away from comforts. You'll have nights where it feels easier to go back to the old you. Agreeable, predictable, easy to manage. Don't. Remember what that version of you got in return. Disrespect, confusion, chaos, regret. You're done paying that price. From now on, you move with intention. You protect your focus like a king guards his borders. You treat your emotions as valuable intel, not orders. You say no without shaking. You let silence carry your message when words are wasted. You see the games, but you don't play for cheap rewards. You are not here to be tamed. You are here to become the calm force in a chaotic world. The one who does not fold, does not flinch, does not surrender easily. If this hit you, don't let it fade. Rewire your habits. Rewatch this when you feel yourself slipping. And if you're ready to keep sharpening this mindset, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next move in your evolution.